Right. Now, could you tell me, Natalia, what you're talking about today?
I'll be talking about iPads and how they're used with young children, preschoolers mostly.
Okay, can you tell us if you could give me some headline quotes about, because it's a research ed conference, you said there was some evidence, but it was kind of patchy.
It is very patchy at the moment. iPads are very new, they've been around since 2010, so all the research we have is emerging evidence.
Right, that's interesting because I've said this to several people. The technology is almost so new that the research can't keep up with it.
Yeah, absolutely, that's the case.
So in terms of patchy, tell me, why is it? Is it because the technology is moving so fast, or there is not enough research, or what outcomes have there been that you know that you're going to talk about?
I think there are two things. One is that with very young children, we don't have enough evidence to say that it's even appropriate to use iPads and touch screens. So, it's changing as we speak, that some early year settings are implementing iPads without really knowing how to use them and what they might be good for.
That's interesting because, over 15 years ago, as an early years teacher, I was using touch screens which were laid on top of computer screens.
Right.
So, that nothing actually changes except that there's not enough in-depth looking at this. So, what are the conclusions or the outcomes that you found with early years children in terms of iPads and touchscreen technology?
There are certainly some advantages in the sense that iPads are very compact. You can take pictures, you can annotate the pictures with sounds, texts, drawings, and all that can happen with just one compact device. Those are huge advantages for preschool teachers. Also the fact that they are portable and lightweight, so you can carry them easily inside and outside classroom. You can connect the home school learning environments. Those are all the benefits which are not completely new, but they come with iPads more easily somehow. Because
of the miniaturization, because of the form factor,
yes,
in particular.
As well as the fact that there's a huge number of apps developed for iPads. So we now have the software which hasn't been around, and a lot of the apps teachers use are specifically developed for very young children.
Okay, so what jumps out in terms of what's, I won't say the word egregious because that's not the right word, but what jumps out in terms of being particularly effective, possibly?
Possibly if you use specific software in specific learning situations which are pedagogically sound, and that applies to any technology including iPads. So no rocket science. Teachers need to know why they are using them, for which purpose, and how that links to their current practice.
So it's non-trivial in a sense because you have to juggle the affordances of the technology with the pedagogical intent and planning.
Right.
But is there anything that seems quite effective within a specific area that leaps out, that is sort of, that seems to be something in terms of an outcome that maybe you could not do without technology, or is more effective within a pedagogy? Is there anything out there that seems that way?
There is some emerging research concerning iPad apps for maths and supporting children's mathematical thinking, and that links to research being done with coding and teaching young children's digital literacy skills. Now those are the things which would be impossible without technology, of course. But as I said before, it's really important that teachers use technology with a specific purpose in mind, and don't just blindly jump on the bandwagon of purchasing a lot of iPads for the school without necessarily knowing why they are important for the children in their particular classrooms.
And can you just elaborate just one last thing on what you've been doing and what you've discovered and where you're going to take things from here?
I have been researching the use of iPads here in the UK, but also in Spain, USA, Japan, and in Europe. And what we are hoping to do is to see whether there is some converging evidence coming from these different countries, and whether we can work together with developers, with app developers and designers, policymakers and teachers to really change the status quo, which is characterized by apps which haven't been developed in dialogue with these stakeholders and are therefore not necessarily educational.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.